right, it is time for my currently reading challenge, TBR, week number 6. Hey everyone, it is Shannon, and I'm super excited to be here today and to share with you this video. This is going to be my week 6 TBR picks for my currently reading challenge, which is where I try and read 75 pages a day, 5 days out of the week, out of the books on my currently reading. For the majority of this year, my currently reading on GoodReads has had more than 30 titles, so this fall I have been spending some time with those books and reading from them. I have 2 jars here that I'm picking from. I have a jar for fiction titles as well as a jar for nonfiction titles, and in the spirit of Nonfiction November, I am going to be trying to read more nonfiction than fiction. So normally I've been picking 3 fiction and 2 nonfiction, but for November I'm picking 3 nonfiction and 2 fiction. Oh, I almost got that right. So that's what it's going to be, 5 titles, but 3 nonfiction and 2 fiction. I'm also participating in Lovember, and I will be picking a title to read for Lovember, which is a readathon that is based on reading romance and is created and hosted by Rebecca. I will leave a progress table of contents on the progress bar should you wish to jump around to different sections of the video. But yeah, let's get started. I am super excited. I always love picking the TBRs. This is always one of my favorite videos to film. So we are going to be picking nonfiction first because I'm doing more nonfiction than fiction this week again. So what shall be the first pick? Ooh, always nervous. Oh, that one was resisting, so I'm going to persist. Feels upside down. Oh gosh, it's a really long title. That's upside down. Okay, so we have the Player's Handbook of Dungeons & Dragons 3.5. Okay, this one has come up in a previous week. So this is a reference guide for Dungeons & Dragons, and it's a really slow read. I think I got through, last time I read this, I got through the classes and experience, and there's something about cross-classing. That's not what we call it when you mix multi-classing? Is that what it's called? Anyway, so the next section I'm not sure what it is, but I know that I left off where the next section is something new. Okay, Dungeons & Dragons Player's Handbook. That is the first pick for the week, and we are, like, without question, that means adventure. So, all right, let's see what the first fiction pick will be for the week. I think I need a smaller jar. I've definitely made progress, and it gets a little hard to... Ooh, My Soul to Keep. This one has not come up before, by Tenerive Dew. Oh, I forgot to say how many pages left. For Dungeons & Dragons, I have 261 pages left. For My Soul to Keep, I have 534 pages left. That is a lot of pages. So this is the first... This is the first in a series. It is... I can't remember what it's called. It's called The Immortals, something Immortals. So it's a horror paranormal work. I started it last year in October for the Creature Feature Readathon. Ooh, I'm missing, it was lots more words, hosted by John from Books of Blood and Jason from Weird Reads, and I think it was the only one that I didn't finish, or that I started and didn't finish. So this one is a really long book. I think I have 495 pages left, but it is 534 pages total. I think I actually, because it's been a year, I have to go back to the beginning. So this is a really long one. I was kind of hoping it would show up in October because it's kind of spooky, but I, generally speaking, do not read seasonally. I need to acknowledge that, and next year I will be actively not reading seasonally because it doesn't work for me. Because I started this, and also readathons. Okay, I'm not going to go into that, but I have not had a fair amount of titles that are left to read are from things that I started but didn't finish from readathons. Anyway, I'm curious about this one. I'm curious to keep going. I did really like the writing. The atmosphere was really cool. But I think I do have to go back to the beginning. So wow, okay, wow, whew. Adventure. Okay, because that one does have, like, I have no idea where it's gonna go, and it's on Scribd on ebook, so that's where I will go to read it. Okay, the next nonfiction pick is that one. Let's go with that one. Oh. Essential art history. Oh. Okay, so this one I have physically, and it's come up several times. So Essential Art History by Paul Duro and Michael Greenhalgh. This is a lexicon, so it's A to Z of art terms and movements. I am at the letter P. The first one is paint. Well, of course. Particles of pigment suspended in a medium. Glue, gums, egg wax, oil are the most frequently used media, and earth pigments of the oldest dating back to the Stone Age. Ooh. So, wow, that's actually a very short entry for paint. You would think it'd be... It's part of a lot of other things. Anyway, I imagine the other types of paints have their own entries. I'm pretty sure acrylic is in the A's and all that stuff. So, yeah. So, I have, wow, so P, well, I have the pages left on here. 96 pages. That's right. I got to under 100 last time, because that under 100 pages is sort of like green light means go for me a little bit. So we'll see. I don't know. It's still a lot. Can I finish it? I know the point is pages, not finishes, but but okay, we'll see what the whole package. Okay, so that's the next nonfiction. How many have I picked? I picked 2 nonfictions in a row. Well, it jumped out, so we're going with this. We just, oh, it's upside down. I'll let you read it. The structure of scientific revolutions. Okay, this one hasn't come up in this round. It came up in May. It is another very slow read. This is by Thomas S. Kuhn. So this is a nonfiction book about science, which is not something I read about very often. I read a book about math, I think last year, and I really enjoyed it. So, hey, why not science? Oh my, this is... Okay, so chapter 6, Anomaly and the Emergence of Scientific Discoveries, is my next chapter to enjoy. It is tough reading. I think it actually is a textbook. So it is one of the slowest reads that I have, but there's photos. Okay, well, it's actually kind of exciting that I'm getting some titles that haven't shown up before. So that will be interesting. Although now I have my 3 nonfiction, and it lets me know I didn't get outline alphabet, so that makes me a bit sad. Maybe I'll just do the alphabets anyway. Okay, all right. All right, so the last pick for the currently reading challenge is a fiction pick, which that was accidental, but sometimes you just gotta roll with it. Let's see what shall it be. That one? Oh, it's being persistent. It's being persistent. It looks like a long title. That's upside down. Edgar Allan Poe, The Ultimate Collection. Oh, okay. So this has come up before. I actually read a fair amount of pages. I have 175 pages left, and I think the next one is The Cast of Amontillado. And I think at some point it switches to poetry, which I've already read and I will reread. but there's still a lot of stories in this one. Okay, so I will be making some progress on this. Wow, these are tough reads. These are a little slower, and this is definitely slow. I actually have switched to reading this on Kindle. I'm reading the titles in the order in which they are in this collection, but this book is it's very heavy, and it is a lot of text on the page with not a lot of space, so I find it really hard. So I've just been, I think most of Poe's work is public domain, so I have a Kindle copy that is a collection that I think has most of the titles in here, so that is how I will be reading it. This says I have 31 stories left. I thought it was less than that, but 175 pages, so okay, let's do the math. Okay, Essential Art History, that's 100 pages, so that's easy. Structure for Scientific Revolution, I forgot to say the page count is 150, so that's 250. The Edgar Allan Poe is 175, so 250 plus 200 less 225, so 450 less 425. I think I got that right. 425, and the D&D Player's Handbook is 260 pages, so 425, 525, 625, or just shy of 700 pages. And then My Soul to Keep is 500 pages, give or take. And did we say 700? Is this 1,200 again? We're back to 1,200? Last week it was under 1,000 for all of the pages. These are tough, my goodness. So this is, yeah, it'll be interesting too, because both the Edgar Allan Poe and My Soul to Keep, they're both like more horror, kind of paranormal, so that'll be interesting to try and read at the same time. Wow, that just keeps on doing things. So that'll be interesting to read at the same time. I don't know if I should pick like one day to read one day to read the other, one to read in the early evening versus the late evening. I usually do everything at once. I don't know, so we'll have to see how that goes. And then the D&D guide plus science plus art. That is that's an interesting combination of titles. Oh gosh. Okay, so we'll see how that goes. And then, okay, so now I get to pick my Lovember pick. Let me sort up the choices. So something a little bit lighter. And I also do have I do also want to read an Ibsen play, but I'll see what the Lovember pick is first. So what I have done is I have created a spinner because Lovember has a prompt card. So I've picked a title for each of the prompts. So we'll spin the wheel, see what prompt we get, and then I will show what title I picked for that prompt. So here we go. Spin, spin, spin. Bare chest. Okay. Geez. Okay. So for this one, this is the only one that I picked that isn't a novella. So I don't know if that was a good choice or a bad choice, but it is the only one that's not a novella. So we have Lure of the Tiger. This is by Anna Lowe. It is the fourth book in the Aloha Shifters Jewels of the Heart series, and it is about 200 pages. This series, I've read the first 3 books, so this is why I included it, because I thought it would be a pretty fast read, and it is a paranormal romance series about a bunch of shifters that live on, I think it's Hawaii, and run a security thing, and then the Aloha Shifter part, like the Jewels of the Heart, there's an overarching plot to do with these gems, but it's really a paranormal romance, and they've been male-female romances so far. So a woman ends up being there for some reason, and then there's all these shifters, and then there tends to be a romance, and then there's some long arc plot as well. So anyway, I have really enjoyed these. I have a 3-book bind up for the rest of the series for book 4, 5, and 6. So it's a series that I do want to finish, and I think I read the 3rd book early this year. I haven't been making a lot of progress on the romance series that I've been reading, so I thought I would throw this one into the mix. I have enjoyed it, and so I'm curious to see where it goes. There is some stuff. This one is a bit wild. There is some psychic. I think the shifters are psychic, like they can talk to each other psychically or something like that. I can't remember. It's been a while, but it's fun and it's pretty racy. And yeah, and so I am looking forward to that. I am a little like going, oh my, that it's with all of this other stuff, that it's a full book as opposed to everything else is a novella, but hey, I'm trying not to, I don't want to increase my currently reading, so I really will want to finish it by the end of the week, so wish me luck for that. I also haven't read my Ibsen play of the month. I'm not sure, thinking of these, my options were, for the rest of the year, I want to read Ghosts and A Doll's House. I don't think reading Ghosts makes sense with some other sort of like horror type stuff, so I'm going to go with A Doll's House this week. On top of everything else. If it doesn't look possible, I might put it on to next week, but so far I think I will try that because this is the week of the live show for Thunderhead, which is the second book in the Arc of Scythe series. So next week I will be starting The Toll, which is really long. It's 600 pages. That's long for me. So yeah, so I think I actually really do need to read A Doll's House this week, and I'm also buddy reading with Anita the Dark Hunter series, and at some point this month we will start reading Dance with the Devil. Not sure when that will be, so it might end up being on my currently reading this week as well. Wow, this feels like I gotta set some major time aside. I think getting to my page count goal might be a bit tough. These are all slow reads. This is my slowest. This is one page takes 2 minutes, one page takes 2 minutes or more. This takes more than 2 minutes. My Soul to Keep, I don't know what my page count is on that. What's the other title? Dungeons and Dragons is, well, My Soul to Keep will tell the tale. That will be the one that makes up the pages. I might have to read like 5 pages of everything and then 55 pages of My Soul to Keep if I want to make my page count. Okay, wish me luck. I seem to have ebb and flow on the weeks, on the challenge. These, as always, these are all titles that I do want to read. So, but it is, the combination is a bit more challenging. But last week was a challenging week too. So, and as I said, they're all ones I've actively decided, yes, I want to read this. Yes, I want to finish this. So it's an opportunity. I think this is an opportunity to make progress. I would be doubtful if I can finish anything. This would be but 96 pages of nonfiction lexicon in a week feels very unlikely. I don't know. Yeah, wish me luck for series. For series. It'll be nice. Actually, it'll be really nice to read Lure of the Tiger because I'll try and get all of my reading done and then that will be my reward. So, and paranormal romance is always a good reward. All right, so there you go. Let me know what you are reading this week, and if you're enjoying Nonfiction November, how's that going for you? I think I have been doing well at reading. I don't know if technically I'm reading more nonfiction page to page, but it's definitely on the roster more, which has been fun, and it definitely will be this week as well. So there we go. That's this week. I gotta get started. See you later.